Sometimes the path ahead feels uncertain. The road is long, the dream is big, and the journey seems overwhelming. But here's the truth. Success isn't built in leaps. It's built in steps. Every great journey, every achievement, every victory, no matter how big, how glorious, or how seemingly impossible, begins with a single step forward. A step taken in courage, a step taken in faith, a step taken in hope, one step at a time. That's how we rise, that's how we conquer, that's how we win. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to trust the next step. Doubt will whisper that you're not ready. Fear will tell you to wait. But your growth begins the moment you decide to move. Even if it's small, even if it's shaky, even if it's scary, take the step. Because the beauty of this journey, my friend, is that every step you take, every move you make, every inch you cover brings you closer to who you were meant to be and everything you were created for. There's a story about a man who was traveling from one city to another. He had an important meeting, a life-changing opportunity waiting for him at the end of this journey. But he had a problem. There was a river in his way, a raging torrent that seemed impossible to cross. He looked left and right, hoping to find a bridge, a boat, anything that could help him get across. But there was nothing. No bridge over the river, no boat in sight, no help anywhere. So what did he do? He took off his coat, rolled up his sleeves, cupped his hands together, and started walking into the river. And as he did, something amazing happened. With each step he took, the water level rose to his knees, then to his waist, then to his chest. And still he kept going, until finally, miraculously, he reached the other side, wet, exhausted, but alive. And when he looked back, he realized that the river wasn't as wide as he thought it was. He could have crossed much sooner if he'd only dared to take the first step. We often overthink things, don't we? We imagine obstacles that are bigger, wider, and deeper than they actually are. But the truth is, many of our fears are just figments of our imagination. They don't exist except in our minds. And if we allow them to, they can stop us from taking the first step, from dipping our toes into the water, from moving forward. But here's the thing. Every first step is always the hardest. Once you take that initial step, once you commit, once you start moving, everything else becomes easier. The path unfolds before you. The steps become clearer. The journey becomes a walk in the park. One step taken in faith is worth more than 1,000 steps never taken at all. So today, don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for all the stars to align. Don't wait for the conditions to be just right. Because the conditions will never be perfect. Life is messy. Things will never be completely under your control. And that's okay. That's part of the adventure. That's where your strength lies. That's where your resilience comes into play. Take the step in front of you. Believe in your next step, because that's the one that counts. Believe in your next step, because it might be the one that changes everything.